do the things that you know to do that help you get into a very tall swastikasana. I like to rock from side to side, release the buttock flesh. Then I like to press those tops of the thighs down, come slightly forward and make those legs relax. Then can I keep that as I bring my trunk over the base of the spine? Broaden across the collarbones, then bring my hands to the floor or some height of the blanket and lift the side body. Roll the shoulders back. Feel that broadening of the collarbones, tallness of your spine, and also the head back. Don't strain to look anywhere. Instead, look within. And then keeping all that, if you have glasses on, you can take those off. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes completely, and as you close your eyes, the eyes lose all desire to see the stuff on the outside of the eyes, and they come into a place where they want to observe and see and feel everything on the inside. Direct all those senses inwardly. Recall, I believe I said last week, one of BKS's old long-time quotes is, our willpower is the muscle of the mind. So right now you're not doing a whole lot muscularly. If you've got your spine over the base of the spine, you shouldn't have to work too hard. You can, if you have to press the outer feet down into the floor to help you ascend, you can do that, but don't grip in the abdomen or the groins. But my point is, I digress, sorry, that you're not doing a whole lot. So, the willpower here is, how much do I need to use of that physicality of yourself to remain upright and symmetrical so that our mind can become quiet. Hopefully not too much. Now, observe your breath. Keep the abdomen soft, keep the shoulders soft, the shoulders rolling back and down, the shoulder blades coming into you more. Not so muscularly, but it's really the shape, it's the breath that is helping you do all those actions. Okay, you may join me or not, your choice. But first I need to mute everybody. So go on sitting, go on quieting yourself down, focusing inwardly. Okay. Everybody should be good. On an exhalation, salute the soul within. Bring your hands down to your legs, and then slowly lift the head up. Okay, so as I previously mentioned, if you were already on the Zoom, we're going to use some abdominal work to warm up. So I'd like for you to watch me do this first thing because it looks very simple, but it's some work. So first of all, tell me, can you see all of me like this? I'm down. Can you still see all of me? Thumbs up. Yeah, okay. So I'm down, and I might ask you to pay more attention to how you come down. So I'm on my elbows here, and I scoot my sacrum forward towards my heels, and my heels are in kind of close, and I just lay down here, and then I grab that first sticky mat, and I do mean firmly grab that first sticky mat and roll, sort of shoulder rolling, and I pull the sticky mat down towards my feet as I lengthen my trunk up towards the head side. Okay, now watch. I've lifted my toes, and now simultaneously I'm going to slide. I have a real rubbery sticky mat, so you might slide better, but I keep sliding, I keep holding firmly onto that sticky mat, keep the abdomen down, and then I slide the heels into the mat. And then press the thighs down. Now I'm hoping I'll let go of this side of the mat so you can see that my thighs are down on the floor. That is the goal. So I keep holding onto the edge of the sticky mat. I keep rolling and tucking the shoulders under, bringing the chest towards the head side. I keep really strong hold of the sticky mat here, and my elbows are slightly bent and pushing into the floor. All right. Supta Tadasana. As easy as it gets. Let me see you guys getting into it. And if you can give me a side view at all, I might be able to offer you some help. If you can't, then that's fine, and you just have to be your own teacher. Now, Bob, can you move back closer to your rope wall just a little bit? Then I can see all of you. Julia, can you lower your camera at all? Yeah, okay. Good. Okay, now, Mike, yeah, you're doing better. Your head's doing better, but if you feel like your head is going backwards, right, the back of your neck is not elongating towards the top of your head, you might need a little bit of height under your head. All right, now slide, dig your heels, pick up your toes and dig your heels into your mat. Simultaneously, don't let one leg go before the other. Watch that, Chaya. Yeah, start over. If one leg goes before the other, that's telling you something. Press your thighs down, Kathy. Hold on to that sticky mat and press those thighs down. Roll the shoulders under. Elbows can be, slightly bent and pressing into the mat. Good. Supta Tadasana. All right, now just to give you a nice stretch, let go of the sticky mat and take your arms just straight up overhead. Palms face one another. I didn't show this. Now exhale, Urdhva Hastasana arms. So Supta Urdhva Hastasana. Take the arms all the way over the head. I'm sorry, Karen's running out of space. And yeah, space on top of you. Yeah, good. Now, can you feel still your shoulder blades moving towards your waist, your navel moving towards your chest, and also your navel abdominal cavity deepening towards the floor? That's what I want you to feel. I want you to be very aware of your abdominal cavity here. All right, good. All right, and then bring the hands back and bend the knees again. And now just watch. So everybody's going to be different. But I'd like for you to try to do, it's Urdhva Prasarya Padasana, upward facing leg lowering. You're going to do it hopefully 10 times. If you can't make 10 times, try it for at least 5 times. But you don't have to lower all the way down. You only lower at the point you have not compromised your abdominal cavity, still that excavation of the abdominal cavity towards the floor, and the legs together. All right, so I'm going to let you have, if you would like it, a little help. You may take a strap and you may strap either the very top of the thighs, and I do mean firmly strapped. If you have hip problems, chronic hip pain, even lower back pain, this is going to be the better place to put it. There are actually 4 places that we could place this strap, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to show you 2 today, and these are the 2 that I feel that are most helpful. So it's either here, or it's about 3 or 4 inches above the thigh. Sorry, kneecap. Okay, for me, because of my osteoporotic hip, this is the best help for me. Now, I'm not saying you have to use the strap. You don't have to use it. Okay, so now you do everything you did before to get into it. You come down, you scoot the buttocks forward, make sure you have room in front of you to completely stretch the legs out. Come down, hold the edges of the sticky mat firmly, tuck those shoulders, dig your elbows and push the sticky mat away from your lower back. Can you see that? Away. So the front of the trunk is coming forward, the back of the trunk is going towards the legs. Okay, then your choice. You may either bend and come up or come up straight legs. Either way, if you have to come up with bent knees every time, you can. But each time, boy, those legs are staying glued together, in full extension, and it looks something like this. You're moving only on the exhale. So let me show. It's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So the movement is always done on an exhalation and only on an exhalation. 10 times, pull the abdomen towards the floor, reach the legs away, exhale. I'm exaggerating our breath a little bit. I'm at 7. And last one. How did that go? Legs together, legs firm. You don't have to lower all the way to the floor. You can just come down to where your lower back is not compromised. You know, there should be no pain in the pose. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to show you a couple different things. You could keep the strap. You could totally keep the strap if you like. So now it's Jatara Parivartanasana. Did that get you a little warmed up? Just a little bit? You could do, 3 sets of 10 of these. But, I always run out of time in my classes, so I'm being a little conservative there. So now, I do everything I did before. I tuck, I hold firmly onto that sticky mat and I press the sticky mat forward or, way towards my feet. Okay, so it's Jatara Parivartanasana. I'd like for you to get your hands right next to your hip. So my inner wrist, guys,
is right next to my hip. Inner wrist, so I walk the hands in a little bit. You see how I've choked up and kind of brought that sticky mat. So my hands are hugging my hips. My knuckles are down on the floor, so watch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So do you see how my knees are down, my feet are up, and I'm keeping the hip, I'm not rolling to the right side, and my whole hip, side of my hip is on my wrist. Can you see that? Yeah, and now you're trying not to let the opposite shoulder come up. Now I'll show you, if you want a better view, let me just show you from this side, one real quick, like. So I'm here, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Never do the legs separate. Keep your feet together, keep that tuck of the knees into the chest, keep the abdominals contracting towards the floor. Exhale, roll, inhale, come up, inhale again, exhale, roll. All right. Your turn. Yeah, keep the knees in tight. Keep, you know, I should see your arm muscles kind of bulging here because you're pressing down. Always move on the exhalation. Don't let the feet move away from the buttocks. Stay in a nice tuck. And keep moving 5 times each side. Keep the back of the neck long and keep that abdominal contraction. And you're really making the abdominal contraction very firm on that exhalation. So you exhale all the air and you feel this excavation of the abdominals towards the spine. Okay. All right, relax. So now you get to do it with straight legs. So watch me. I'm going to show it this way. I'm holding on to the edge of the sticky mat. I roll and tuck. I straighten. So here, my feet are, you know, like my toes are hopefully right as close to my face as possible. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So still I'm rolling onto that wrist and lower, lower arm bone. You can't emphasize that excavation of the abdomen and straight legs. Don't let the, okay, so if your legs are coming apart, move the strap towards the middle of the thighs. Straight legs, Bob, straight legs. And the strap has to be really tight. Yeah, keep your feet close to your shoulders. And you're just going back and forth, you're not staying long. You're not staying long. Okay, get some movement. Get your body used to what that's supposed to feel like. Straighten both legs. The bottom leg is kind of holding the top leg as you go over. Okay. All right, now just watch here. Now you all will turn sideways to your mat like I am. And you're gonna hold, no more arms underneath you, but the arms out to the side. So I kind of do the same thing. I tuck, I tuck and I move those arms out. I bring the knees in, I straighten. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you hold for, a couple breaths. Inhale again, move on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Try not to let the feet move away from you. Keep the feet in tight. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. How are we doing? Any questions?
Do you feel your abdominals yet? Straight legs, Bob. Straight legs. Full extension. It's the front of the leg has to fully extend. The back of the leg, from the kneecap pulls down into the hip socket, down into the buttock flesh. Nice. Straight legs, try. Straight legs. Okay, now have a rest there. You're just going to try it one more time, and you're going to try to touch your wrist. You're going to try to touch your wrist, and that top leg has to reach. I'll show here real quick. That top leg has to reach over, and then you try to work on getting that shoulder back down. So I tuck and roll, hold the edges of the sticky mat, bend, come up, inhale, exhale. You see how I'm keeping that shoulder down? Touch your wrist. Then work on revolving that left side, especially the back side of the abdomen, back to the floor as you reach that outer hip, the top outer hip towards that right side. Inhale, come up, both legs together. That's the hard part. All right, let's see you guys. You just try it one time. Yeah, and you guys know that if this is too hard, you go back to the previous pose, which could mean you're doing it with bent knees. Are your hands on, so try this. Put your hands up, put your feet on your right wrist. Get them up there. Get them way up there. Hold your feet in your hand. Now, try to get some of your back waist, some of your back ribs back towards the floor. On the exhalation. There's more work to do here, huh? Knees together, Kathy Lindauer. Knees together. Yeah, we could spend a lot of time on this, but we did what I had hoped to do, is just to get a little warm, get a little awareness in the abdominals, excavate the abdominals towards the spine. Okay, so now quickly, just stand up, and we're going to do, everybody's going to do, well, I'm not going to make you, but if you are able and you would like to try, you're going to do a half handstand, and those who that's easy for, then you're going to do a full handstand. If that is neither possible, then you may just work on your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. So everybody in a half, you know the general rule, hold on, is sitting in Dandasana. The hands are just a bit beyond the buttocks, and it depends on how you're proportioned. So I'm just going to measure that, put my hands there, press the hands, walk up the wall. Legs, 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 arms, arms, arms. Pull the abdomen up towards the spine. Relax your head and neck. Push the floor. Pull the abdomen up towards the spine. Use your legs. Come down. And yeah, Bob, are you okay? Leanne, you okay? Yeah, just try it.
Oh, yeah, just, and your downward dog is okay? Yeah, you could do that, sure. Pincha arms is okay too. All right, and if you've done that one, then those of you who can, you're trying for regular Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. Just 1 or 2 times you're trying. And your homework, if you're not able to do, and Mike, I'd rather have you turn around, hands at the wall, turn around, hands at the wall, and use that wall to push your spine up towards your hips. But those of you who are trying, and you've seen me do this in your homework, should be pretty close to the wall, about maybe a hand's width away from the wall. Your homework is for one leg to be up straight and the other leg, the down leg, to touch the up leg. That's homework. And then, you know, pretty soon you're up there. Don't want you to get exhausted. Adho Mukha Svanasana is fine. Chaya, did you try it? Did you try the homework? Nice, Julia. Scrub your heels up the wall. Yes,
my feet is slippery. I don't know. I'm slipping.
You're slipping. Yeah, on your hands?
Try one more time.
Okay. All right, now those of you who are done with that, go for your Shushasana, headstand. Headstand as you are able. If you are not able, you may hang in downward dog on a doorknob. Mike, you're going to be there, you know, that's too long to be in downward dog without support. So maybe you do one downward dog with the chair, hands up on the chair. I'll do that with everybody who needs that modification. So hands are on the sides of the chair, gripping the sides of the chair. Remember, it's not Uttanasana, although you could start. You could say, okay, this is my Uttanasana. And I press the feet, spread, push that weight back into my heels, push the chair, then I walk back. And I let the head go, and that's more, you know, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, I'm timing now. Good. Step between 2 and 3 minutes. Okay, so now willpower is the muscle of the mind. You need willpower in Shirshasana. You need body, you know, physicality as well. So use both to ascend the front body. Usually the front body, you know, the legs go forward, so the front body has to ascend more. I'm just saying in general terms of the things that go wrong in Uttanasana or Adho Mukha Svanasana with the chair. Make sure your kneecaps are lifted, quadriceps pulled up, and don't let the groins come forward. Push the groins back and spread open the backs of your thighs. Look really, Marsha and Kathy and Leanne and Julia, you all, and Bob, you all look really nice and straight and even. Nice poses. I have a new theory. I'm going to try to do some of these harder poses earlier in the practice so that you guys aren't all tired out. And it's like, okay, we're almost done. Quick, we got to hurry up and get in Shirshasana. Use your legs to keep the legs lifted. Use your outer hips to compact in and lift at that buttock crease. About 40 more seconds.
Yeah, Mike, change to Uttanasana now. We've been there a ways. Still on the chair, hands on the chair, and just Uttanasana. Yeah, there you go. Feet even more forward. Feet forward, yeah. There you go. Slightly take your armpit, chest, your elbows forward. And maybe, you know, I don't know how hard it is for you to grab a blanket for your head. And Karen could do that too, although we're almost ready to come down. Yeah. All right. Strongly keep the forearms pressing down, the shoulders lifting, and come down even and strong. Even and strong. You can even do a little Urdhva Dandasana as you come down if you want to work on the abdominals, Kathy. Pull your abdomen back, let the hips go back. Hips back a little bit. Yeah, good. Yay. Okay. Rest in Adho Mukha Virasana. Or if you've been up, you can start to get ready and I'll show you. So the pose is going to be Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, and we're all over the board as far as where we can be. So Bob's the only one with the rope wall, so I don't have to show him, but he's got his rope coming out here, and he's going to be taking the rope. Too close. And he's here, okay? Hip down, legs straight, abdomen pulled back. He's here. The rest of us, we may not have that luxury. We could take a little sticky mat on top of the chair bar. Now, and you wouldn't have to move your chair and find a wall, because look, you could do this, and no wall, from there. Just want to see where everybody is. Have your strap handy. Probably a no looped strap. Put it across the bottom of the ball of the foot, and use it to help ascend yourself. Okay, so hips level. If I show you from the back side, right? Your two body bones should be level. Okay, so you have lots of choices. Well, look down, and you almost have to look backwards a little bit. Mike, you're perfect. But Kathy, you have to step the standing leg so that it's in the center of your buttock area. It has to come forward, yeah. Usually it's too far back for most people. All right, so now you have lots of help. So that standing leg really has to pull up. And now pull the standing leg from hamstring to buttock. Pull up, hamstring to buttock, as the lifted leg hip stays down and in. Outer thigh back into the hip socket. Okay, good. Everybody looks good there. Okay, change legs. Standing leg is the workhorse. It's got to do its share more than its share of the work. It should roll. The front of the thigh rolls to the back, to the inner thigh, and this back of the thigh, innermost back of your standing leg thigh, rolls out, and then it sinks in to that hip. Pull yourself up. Use your strap and lift up. You can even look up
at the ceiling and feel how that action, even the head, the neck lifting up helps you lengthen the size of your trunk. Keep the quadriceps firm and pulled into their bone. I had a really deep tissue massage with my guy who's known, he's known me, my body, for 25 years. And he said, wow, Sheryl, your muscles are in good shape. Keep, whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. But he did tell me that my hamstrings were, get this, too much lengthened. So I need to strengthen my hamstrings. And I imagine that's the case with everybody. Because what I did when COVID happened was I just started walking the hills around my house a lot. And it just made my quadriceps so strong. And the hammies have been neglected. So don't neglect your hammy. Pull it up to from the back of your knee. Pull it up into the, in both cases, both legs. And pull it back into the buttock. Okay, all right, release from that. Okay, now, I'm a purist. I don't like to balance on anything. If you don't mind, you want to balance on your sticky mat, you can. You could be, remember, if this is too hard, you stay with the previous pose. You can repeat what we just did. But I'd like for you to try where you're just, you've got the wall nearby. You're standing up in Tadasana, nice and strong, and you're just gonna bend and try to grab your big toe. You're bending and you're grabbing your big toe. That's all I want to see here. I don't want to see this. All right, so this has to stay firm and in. And you push into your big toe and you pull yourself up out of that stability. So it's like this is still doing Tadasana, this foot. It's very, very reassuring. Because then, oh, if that foot, the lifted foot still does Tadasana, then, oh, I can take my hand off the wall. Hug that knee in. Don't let the knee go out. Hug it in. Push through. Your hand also has to be strong. It's really good for arthritic fingers and wrists and hands. Okay, change sides. I lose you when I turn around. So I'm just gonna have a watch. So now you're bringing your left knee up. Don't turn the thigh out. Do not turn the thigh out, Mike. Work on that. Oh, I guess I could show, Mike, watch here. If it's difficult for you to get the foot, you've got the wall here. How about that? Otherwise, you're letting that knee go out, you're letting the hip go out, there's no work in that. So you can use a strap across the foot and you push. It's like you're stepping on the gas pedal of that lifted leg. And guess who's doing the lion's share of the work though? The standing leg. Yeah, and pull that outer hip in. Don't let the left hip or right, whatever side you're on, don't let the standing leg hip bulge out. Leanne, try to straighten that standing leg more and more. Pull it up, hamstring to buttock. Hamstring to buttock. And Mike, if anything, can you hold on the inside of the strap and Chaya, knee in, knee in. All right, and now release. So now we'll try straightening. And you know, if that was difficult, you just keep working on it until you can balance, guys. Until you can balance like this, there's no sense in me asking you to straighten your leg. Okay? So you just go backwards, or you know, possibly you repeat this one. I'm fine with this repetition. And you got your strap still. Okay, everybody else ready? Who wants to try it? So you repeat, holding the big toe, or you've got your strap there, hug that knee in, firm those outer hips in toward each other, balance. Inhale, exhale, straighten the leg. How's it going? Straighten it, Kathy, straighten it. Pull the hammy back into the hip socket. Hammy back into the hip socket, Bob. On that lifted leg. Hamstring back into the hip socket. Lower your right hip. Yeah, that's fine, Karen. That's nice work. This is good hip work. Whether you're using the chair, Mike, that's excellent. Use your arms a little bit more to help you lift the side body up and roll those shoulders back. Okay, and now release. Try the other side. Always go back to Tadasana. Tadasana. Holding the wall. Grab your left big toe, or you've got your strap. Stand up really tall here. Roll that front standing thigh in, take your groins back, and now exhale, straighten the leg. Oh, you're supposed to balance first and then straighten the leg. Feel that connection of that hamstring to buttock on that lifted leg. Do not think that the hamstring is going towards that lifted foot. It's not. It has to pull back into the socket, Bob. That's, if you get that, that leg will straighten. Nice. Nice. All right. So everybody tried that. Good. All right, so now we'll try it with to the side, and perhaps you get a little bit more of that hamstring to buttock pull, or that it's working towards the buttock. So either your chair, so if I'm standing to the back of the chair, oh, sorry, I guess this would be the front of the chair. No, this would be the front chair, this would be the back of the chair. If I'm standing towards the back of the chair, my foot is going to go to the front corner of the chair. And the wall's not a factor, doesn't need to be a factor. So you want to feel that this thigh pulls into the socket and back towards the buttock. Level buttocks. Turn your trunk back. Don't list towards the lifted leg, but turn your trunk back to face forward. Parshva Upavishta, Parshva Upavishta Paragustasana. Don't list towards the lifted leg, Kathy Lindauer. You're still listing up, yes, there you go. And now, can you feel in your very, very intelligent mind that outer right thigh pulling back towards the buttock socket, and then the buttocks pulling forward? It's like you have a strap around your the very, very top of your thigh, and you're pulling the buttock forward towards the camera. Those of you who are facing me. Yeah, that's right. Good. Okay, change legs. Tadasana. Bend the knee out to the side. Place it on the chair. You can even take your hand and turn that thigh out. Move. It's like I'm pulling the buttock forward towards the camera. You can bring your hands back to your hips. So this is what I was seeing. I don't know if you can see the camera, but a little bit of listing towards that hip. So that hip has to stand up on its own volition, this lifted leg,
And the outer thigh pulls back into the buttock socket, firm in that outer buttock. Okay, release. Now the rest of you, you can repeat that if that was hard enough. If you'd like to try, stand with your left side near the wall, Tadasana. Hold the wall with your left hand, turn the right leg out, hold it like you're getting ready to do Vrikshasana, but you aren't, and just grab the big toe. So you can see my knees totally out to the side. And then you push through the leg, straighten the leg. Lastly, if you think you can, bring your hand to your hip. Pull. So what I like about this one is, boy, you've got your hand on that big toe, and you can kind of use your hand to pull that outer thigh back into the socket. This is just so valuable for our hips as we age. Yeah, that's all, Mike. Just try to work on the standing leg thigh staying back. Standing leg thigh staying back. All right, Bob, your fault came in letting that foot go so far forward. You were, let me show, you were like, so the foot was way far forward. If you can get that foot back in line to its same thigh bone, shin bone to thigh bone, you're lined up, then it just goes right out to the side. Try again. Marsha, I don't know what hip that is, but that looks really nice. Yeah, and Kathy, you know, the foot, the leg that's going out is not right out to the side of your hip. It is a little bit in front of you. Chaya, standing leg thigh back. Yeah, and turn your trunk to face absolutely forward. Good job. Okay. Other side. You want to be standing near your right side near the wall. Turn your thigh out like you're getting ready to do, left thigh out like you're getting ready to do Vrikshasana. And then it's still turned out, bend it. You can grab your ankle first and then grab your big toe, or you've got your strap. So my foot is in line to my buttock. Left buttock, left heel. And I turn back to face forward, and then I exhale, straighten that leg. Lastly is to balance. How's everybody doing? That looks really nice, Mike. You know, just keep working there. It's nice. Nobody's listing anymore. But Kathy, the left hip's gone out a little bit. So bring that outer hip in, the standing leg hip in. Okay. Okay, so now you do need a wall or your chair. I still think you can do it away from the wall. At the wall might be a little safer. Okay, if you can put your foot up higher than the chair now, do so. If not, from Tadasana, right leg up. Or Bob and some others, if you can go higher, you know, but the hips, the buttocks are level. Buttocks level. If I took a tape measure across both of these pelvic bones, they would be level. Okay, so now we're going to do Urdhva Hastasana arms. Plug those outer hips in toward each other. And now exhale, the Parivritta version. Turn, put your right hand on your sacrum. And turn, don't turn your hips. Turn at your pelvis. Turn, I'm saying, you know, lowermost abdomen. Turn, turn, turn. If you've got the stability there, then just reach that right arm out. Reach the left arm out. Turn your pelvis, turn your abdomen, turn your chest.
broaden across the chest. Plug that inner foot into the wall, but the outer foot, sorry, outer thigh pulls back into the hip socket. Chest and rib cage more, Bob. Turn, chest and ribs, yeah. But it's got to come from that lowest part of the abdomen. Deep in the abdomen, you turn. Nice. Good, Mike. Shaya, yeah. Be tall. Okay, second side. And yes, this one is done without the wall eventually. That's your homework from Tadasana. Thighs back. Trunk well lifted, shoulders rolled back, head back. So you have the imprint. If you go from, you know, just bear with me. If I go from not having done Tadasana, and I'm just kind of not paying any attention and I'm kind of slumped, and I put that foot up there, boy, I have a lot more work to do. Whereas if I go from Tadasana, less work to do. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, turn. First, you can use the hand, you know, on that leg and just work on the back arm, helping you turn from the lowest part of the abdomen. Kathy, your standing leg is way too far back. It's the heel's behind your buttock. All right, Mike, watch your standing leg foot that it doesn't, the toes aren't wider. Yeah, toes in a little bit. All right, now try it, you know, great on the buttocks. I see the leg working there, the only leg I can't see. But now turn at your waist, turn your rib cage, turn your shoulders. All right, release. All right, you got this chair. You might say, I have some hope of getting my head to the chair, so I'm going to pat it just a little bit. Or Parshvottanasana. It's nice to be able to slide a little bit with the chair. So I'm going to walk my left foot back and my toes turn out. I'm going to line up my right heel with my left instep and take a pretty large step forward and then stand up. Hands on the hips. So I'll wait for everybody to get here. So if you reach your thumbs around to your sacrum, you might feel your right side of your sacrum in front of your left. At least that's what I feel. So I'm going to use my hands and my thumbs on my sacrum to help me turn the sacrum to be more in line, right side, left side. Okay, now I push on that front foot and lift my trunk up. I look up. So strong is that back thigh. Press it back. Keep the groins pulling back, the front thigh pulling up. Come forward. Come forward. Reach your hands through the chair. Head down. Okay, how's everybody doing? Pull the right hamstring up towards the buttocks. Bob, you have to lift your right hip up more. Kathy, you're good. Marcia, you're good. Julia, your left hip has to go back more and the right hip forward a little bit. Nice. Everybody looks nice.
So with the head resting, remember I said to have enough blankets so your head is on something. Yeah, can you get to a quiet place in your brain? Yes, you've got to use some willpower, but if you've got really good and correct alignment, you shouldn't have to work so hard. Really make that side body nice and long. And the ribs don't just, drop down to the floor, right? They pull up, they lengthen. There should be somewhat of a hollowness coming to that abdomen. We excavated it some. And it should get more hollow. And then eventually in your practice, some of you can do this, maybe Leanne, maybe Marsha, if you want to get rid of the chair. But I don't want you to get rid of the chair if your head doesn't come to your shin. You keep the chair until the head can come to the shin. Keep scrubbing the forefoot of your front leg forward to keep that front quadricep, hamstring pulling up, and to keep those hips active. Work smarter so you can stay longer. Groins back, abdomen hollow. Okay, now bring the hands to the front of the chair seat and just come into the concave part of the pose. Back leg, very, very strong. Pull up that outer front thigh to the buttock crease, and then bring your hands to your hips and stand up. Whoa. Okay. Change legs, step your left leg forward where your right leg was, and step your right leg back, or whatever side you're doing. Put your thumbs on either side of your sacrum. Ask yourself, which side of my sacrum is so far forward, which side is back? I have to turn my right sacrum forward and pull the left thigh back a little bit, hip back, press that back thigh back. You can't work on this back thigh enough in this pose. Keep pressing it back. Keep it the front of the thigh moving to the back of the thigh, it's like you're compressing it towards the bone. Front thigh to bone, back of the thigh to the bone. You're making your back thigh more like a flatter like a pancake, but strong, like a 50-pound flat weight. Inhale, look up, push the big toe up, ball mound of your front foot. Look up, open your chest, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Hands all the way forward, and then head down. Okay, so for many years, just share some of my history. For many years, because I was so flexible, I literally just hung on my bones. Don't do that. You should feel the muscles moving towards the bones, not to let the bones, bow in any direction. If you're hypermobile, it's a Dustin problem, it's a Sheryl Abrams problem. It may not be your problem. Can you excavate the abdomen while you're in the pose and your head is comfortably resting? When you get the abdomen excavated a little bit more, then the trunk goes down more and you can release the trunk
down and have the head supported, you know, naturally on its same leg. Yeah, excavate. Quiet the brain. Looks really nice, everyone. If you're curious about all the forward bends, look at Gita's pictures and a gem. Look at Vikas's pictures and a gem. He's got this full extension of his side body. And then, you know, there's a little dome at the very, very top because he's fully extended. And then it kind of, there's just this little dome at the very end of his spine, you know, towards the thoracic. But he has fully extended his front of his trunk, the sides of his trunk. All right, now come up to the concave, hands on the edge of the chair. Do a really nice concave and roll those shoulders back. Now, strong legs, pin the outer hips in, bring the hands to the hips, and then inhale and stand up.
Good job. All right, how about just one quick Adho Mukha Svanasana? One quick Adho Mukha Svanasana. Those of you who are still, you know, maybe working on your Adho Mukha Svanasana, we did this last week, I think. I really liked this. Been doing it a lot in my advanced classes. So you still have, if you still have your 2 sticky mats, you fold one up over, hold it, knuckles to the floor, push those fingers and knuckles into the floor, lock the elbows, come up with bent knees, okay, and then I'm trying, before I get my heels down, I have to get the trunk more vertical. So I lift. And now my trunk is more or less vertical. I keep that, excavate the abdomen, groins back. So boy, those groins just go way back and help me broaden the backs of the thighs. Keep the abdomen excavated upwards towards the spine. Head and neck goes. Release, don't hold the head up. Push the floor, push your knuckles down as you ascend the upper arms. And you have to move your chest up towards your hips. You have to move your sternum up towards your hips. Okay, relax, come down. All right. Just gonna keep the 2 mats. Let's see. If I sit like this, you guys are gonna sit, so obviously you can see the camera, but I'm sitting in Dandasana on the far left side of my mat because my right leg is gonna go out for Janu Shirshasana. You can sit up on height as needed. Some of you will need at least 2-3 blankets. I'll show with 2. So just the buttocks, Dandasana. Okay, and then you'll take the right same hand and you'll help turn that thigh out. Turn that thigh out. Take the hand underneath the calf, shin, ankle, foot. Give it a nice good spin. I personally don't like to have the blanket under the thigh, so I've got it on a slight corner. Buttocks back. Okay? So here you are. And your body wants to turn towards the bent knee, does it not? Well, that's good because we're going to do Parivrtta, Janu Shirshasana. Have a strap nearby. I'll grab mine. Sorry. Just in case you can't reach your foot. Okay, you do not have to be up on height. So I just showed this.
but you do not have to be up on height. So there I am down. Help this thigh to roll out. Help this outer thigh to stay connected to this buttock flesh. And now turn towards your bent knee. So right hand outside the right hip and the left hand just on the inside. Turn and lengthen the trunk. Turn your chest as much as possible towards that bent knee, both sides of your trunk. Okay, now let's see if my words are good enough, because some of you cannot see the camera. You will lengthen out your left arm, if you've got your left leg straight, and put your right hand on the thigh, right thigh, and now reach your outer foot, outer left foot. And now turn your trunk and look up at the ceiling. Okay, now you continue to lengthen the trunk. Try not to go forward, but stay back. I'm fine with this bent knee lifting just a little bit. It's fine, but go forward along that bent knee, and now your elbow comes to the floor. Huh. Oh, I'm supposed to show if you can't reach that foot, Mike or whoever, you could be here with the strap, and then the elbow to the floor. So there's your choices. Okay, so either the strap, either the hand is holding the strap, or now if you've got your foot, switch your left hand from the outside of the foot to the inside of the foot, thumb down. So turn your palm, lower arm on an internal rotation. So it's turning in, rolling in. Okay, now take your top arm up. Reach, top arm up, and then reach for that foot. Yeah. Now, hold hold your pinky side of your foot with that top arm and turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Lengthen that side body. Lengthen that side body and look up at the ceiling. Head back. Head back. Okay, don't let your trunk come forward. You can always use the strap for the top arm or the bottom arm. Yeah. So your head's supposed to come in between those arms, child. Yeah. All right, and then release, come up. Straighten the legs, Dandasana. Scoot over to the other side of your mat. Pull the thighs back towards the hand. Not towards the buttocks, thighs back, hamstrings to buttocks. Same idea, hamstrings to buttock. Absolutely compress your thighs. Get any ill effect, which there shouldn't be, but if we already have asymmetries in the body, we might have some problems with our knees from time to time. So you want to compress the thighs down into the floor. There should be no space here. Press the thighs down, press all four corners of your knees down, and Dandasana. Use your arms to lift the upper part of your trunk. Use your legs to lift the lower part of the trunk. Okay, and now your left leg. From the inside, turn that left thigh out, reach under, turn your calf, your shin, your ankle. Release that buttock flesh, thigh to buttock, thigh to buttock. Inhale, and then on an exhalation, turn towards the bent knee. You can use your arms here. They're very helpful to help you turn your trunk as much as possible and to keep your trunk back, right? The tendency in this pose is to go forward. So to stay with the weight more towards the buttock bones. Okay, and now your right arm reaches out along the right leg and it's palm up, or you have your strap, reach, you can use the back hand to press and to lengthen that leg away from you. Hold the outside of the foot first and just turn. Head back, turn the underside ribs, that'll be your bottom right ribs, towards the left side. Turn your left back ribs as if you could move them towards the back body. Okay, and then on an inhale and then on an exhalation, can you bend that elbow, put it right inside your calf, lengthen the trunk, work there for a little bit, head back. So try out, I'm not sure how you did that, but if your head is back here and your arm comes up and reaches behind, pat your back, there's no way that you should be like this. Right? Arm here, reach. So, I'm fine. You've got your strap here. And you're here, but you're not letting that arm come forward. So this is certainly an option. See how my elbow is bent? Use that bottom elbow to help you turn.
Yeah, go for your foot, Julia. You could reach it. Ah. Bend at that hip crease. Lengthen the whole side body. Yeah. Try not to let that knee come up, Kathy Lindau. Stand the straight leg. All right. Marvelous pose. All right, sit up on whatever height you need. And, I'm going to show, let me show this way for a few of you, but I want the head supported. So here's the one way. So, I'm kind of sitting. Can you see when this is drawing, I like the floor, it kind of helps me draw these hamstrings back. Okay, and then I come forward, I fold at the hip crease, elbows come to the chair seat, head down. Okay, as that becomes easier, you could go as much height as you need. Okay, you're going to be there for 2 minutes. Fold here at the hip crease. You could even, if you're not getting that hamstring to buttock, help yourself. Pull the hammies back towards the buttock crutch. And then as you come forward, keep your hands at the hip crease. And then head down. There should be, some of that, still that compression of the thighs, front to back, back to the, melding into the floor, so to speak. Okay, Mike, everything looks good except the height of your head. Your trunk is good, but your head needs to be at least that height of your shoulders. Can you grab another blanket on top of that bolster? Yeah. Fold it, yeah. That's better. Now ask yourself, because my head is supported, can I calm my brain? Can I let go of all these thoughts that keep coming at me? We'll never be able to let go of all of them. That will happen the day we die. But as Jonathan said in his talk on Facebook last week, stop yelling at yourself. and just be there. Let the brain become quiet. Surrender the head towards the heart. Surrender the ego completely towards that magnificent light within. One more minute. Okay, as you come out, resist the temptation to open your eyes right away. Salama Sarvangasana. I'm gonna set mine up at the wall, and you see I've got a few blankets, and I'm gonna fold one back over that way. I have said this, if you need to do chair Sarvangasana, you're certainly welcome to do chair Sarvangasana. Does anybody need me to show them chair Sarvangasana? No. Oh, Mike, you want to see Sheryl? So for chair, you're close to the wall. You have a bolster. No sticky mat, because you want to be able to slide just a little bit. I like to fold this sticky mat. Have it just about like that, just coming over the lip of the seat. Okay, so this is chair. If you have a good practice of Sarvangasana, you may go ahead and be in that. Do a really, really good Halasana to get the shoulders tucked under first. I was going to show you that, but I'll show Mike real quick this chair. So I sit in the chair. Mike is watching. I sit in the chair, I swing the legs over. If this is too close, you can scoot away from the wall a little bit. So this is the start. Are you with me? Are you doing it with me, or are you just going to watch? Okay. So then I scoot the buttocks well forward. Hold the edges of the chair seat. Tuck and roll. Do some tucking and rolling. And then I reach that trunk over until my shoulders and the sides of my neck touch the chair. And I know I'm in a safe place, but I'm still hooked. So why don't I go ahead and reach my arms through. Hold the edges of the chair. If that's too difficult, also Mike, you can just hold on to the top of the chair. Either way, I'm going to do what's good for my body. And then one leg, the other leg. Let yourself slide a little bit more, and then take the legs up. Or you've got that wall there. It's not that the legs aren't working here. They are. Tailbone in. Hamstring to buttock flush. Sound like a broken record, I hope. And lengthen, those heels up the wall. Tuck the shoulders. Keep moving the shoulder blades deeper into your back. And then as you are able, maybe just one leg today.
comes off the wall, and you switch. Okay, I'm gonna come down to watch you, but I also have to remember to show you how to come up or down. And I will do that.
And heels are resting on the wall or not, Mike? There's resting, there's not, okay. Yeah, do what you can do. Roll those thighs in toward each other, Bob, and go up with the front of the thighs. And then back with the front of the thighs. Compress the legs. Kathy, you're near the wall, right? So put your heels on the wall. Or bent your calves, bend your knee. Yeah, okay. And now work on tucking those shoulders more and get your hands lower toward your heel of your hand. More, yeah, work on that some more. Hands lower towards the shoulder blades. Yeah, that looks good, Karen. And thighs back a little, Chaya, would be better. Thighs back, knees straight. Hammer those thighs back. Make your knees absolutely straight. They're coming forward again. Thighs back, thighs back. There you go. There, that's correct. Sopo can go thighs back. Really lengthen that. Get that elbow to press down, those elbows to press down. Julia, are you near a wall, Julia? Oh, I lost you. There you are. Yeah, so if you can get those, if your feet are on the wall or a chair, then you work on tucking those shoulders a lot more. And your and your elbows are more in line to your torso. So you've got some support there. Imagine I'm there behind you, pressing your elbows down into the floor as you push your hands into your back to help lift yourself up. Yeah, that's good, Mike. Your gaze in shoulder stand is always towards your chest, but it's not that you're moving your head to do so. The back of the neck is long and lengthened, and it's the back of the chest coming towards the front of the chest, which makes the gaze easier. Just, you can see it from that work. Back, shoulder blades coming into the body more. Thighs back a bit, Marcia. Nice. Thighs back, buttocks in, sacrum and tailbone lifted. Lift, lift, lift. Okay. Now everybody comes down in a, so Mike, where's Mike? So take your hands out and hold the top of the chair. That's the first thing. Push the chair down with your hands. Yeah, like downward. And now walk one heel to the top of the chair seat, then the other. Now you're on the back of the chair. Now scoot a little bit and walk the feet to the chair seat. Scoot a little bit more. Push the bolster towards the chair. Push the bolster towards the chair. Now buttocks, yeah. And now you can just come down and rest. All right, now if you, it's not a bad idea to stay in with the calves on the chair after a practice like this. It's not mandatory, but you do want to keep not have anything underneath your buttocks. But you could have your calves still on the chair, buttocks flat to shoulders and head flat, or you can just do regular shavasana. You'll just lay out flat or support underneath the backs of your thighs, whatever works. If any lower back twinges are felt, then you need something underneath the backs of your thighs or the calves up on a chair. Pay attention to your alignment in Shavasana. Yeah, look down, see that you're aligned, you're in the middle of your mat, all those things. Tuck the shoulders under, move the shoulder blades down your back. turn your thumbs a little bit more towards the floor and then let go. And then your hands should rest, more towards the middle knuckle. Let go, let go, let loose, and let go. So now you're not using any physicality, no muscles, no nothing. So now where's your willpower to just release and relax into that? If the willpower is the muscles of the mind, then our mind must remain sharp in Shavasana. It must remain with you in Shavasana. Study the body, study the breath. Let go of any physical effort and just be. At first, there might be a few deeper breaths, and then let the breath come to a more subtle place. So no part of the body is disturbed. Particularly paying attention to your face, your mouth cavity, your throat, even your teeth and your jawline. It's that inward journey that we want to take every time we do Shavasana. So nothing disturbs us when we're back in the real world. Okay. Slowly and mindfully fold the limbs in one at a time. Slowly and still mindfully, after a couple breaths there, roll to the right side with your head on some support, either your arm or a blanket. After a couple breaths there, use your left hand to push and then your right hand. Sit up straight and tall. Hands to your heart to honor both the space inside yourself, honor the community of Austin Yoga Tree, to honor all the teachers who brought us this practice, who've come long before us. And to honor your own practice and the time you're giving it. Namaste.